Best regular comedy.
Comedy.
It's the worst. This isn't even the worst show I've done. This is in the top 3 already of best shows I've ever done.
The show we did before Billy came was probably #1 this year.
I know that was
a hot show.
So yeah, we were talking about Bostonian comics. There's a lot of them, disproportionate amount. Why is that? Why do you think that there's so much? There seems to be, or is it just me from the outside?
No, there is, and a disproportionate. I feel probably buys funny ones. Because not only are there a lot, then there's been a lot of funny ones. But I think it's because the guys who started the scene there was so funny, and they set the bar so high, and then a lot of them didn't leave. So then there was this policing of funny.
Yeah,
it was fucked. Like if you weren't funny, like there was guys I remember from our class, they would be opening for a guy like Noxie or somebody like that, and if he didn't think you were funny, they just sent you home.
Sent you goodbye.
And this is like, I mean, this isn't like, this is just doing like a bar gig or something.
Yeah.
This guy isn't funny enough to do a Knights of Columbus. Get him the fuck out of here. And then there was real policing on stealing of styles.
But there was also a living to be made. Like I talked to Tony V, and I was like, why did you guys not leave? He goes, why would we leave? We created this. There was no comedy there. They created it. Yeah. They went to the place and said, we want to do a comedy show here. Lenny, Clark, Gavin, Sweeney, Tony V,
Kenny Rogers,
all those guys were like, we started it, it's ours. Why are we going to give it away?
I'd also think, I don't just like to say that I think that a lot of those comics, particularly you two and Louis, and have got attitude. And I think attitude is one of the staple things of stand-up. If sitcom is about character and films are about plot, stand-up is about having a voice, having an attitude, having a, do you know what I mean? Having a point of view that you really fucking mean.
I said this to somebody.
Right or wrong.
You don't even need a joke if you have attitude.
They're laughing already.
That's
exactly.
my whole act. There's no jokes in it. It's just me with my stupid attitude.
You have got a lot of attitude because
but when let me tell you something about Burr. He's one, and it's weird because I've seen him years ago,
He's on my
and I just saw him. He not at all. I just saw him the last couple weeks in New York. You can always, and it happened with Patrice O'Neill too. You can always tell when somebody just pops up and becomes something else, and now he goes on stage and there's no B plan. He's just doing his shit, and it's almost therapeutic. Well, like when I watch a guy like him the other night, I'm watching that, and you feel like something was released. You feel better after it.
Yeah, and also because again, when you hit a certain critical mass, all those people have come to see you, and you are probably their favorite comic, so they're already fucking up for it. And like when I do warm-ups now in England, there's no real point me doing little 10 minutes in clubs and that for loads of reasons. One, I'm scared of like press coming, and that happens to me. Like people have been in my first ever warm-up gig and they've given me a review, which is ridiculous.
Well, you're a huge star, Ricky. I mean, you got to deal with those pressures.
Yeah, but I don't.
The press just hounds you.
Well, yeah. So what I try and do is get around it. I try and get around it.
Just breaking your balls.
Yeah, I know. But I try.
But do is spot the entire London press shuts down. They got to come down and see me. First of all, as far as like knowing who the fuck you are, that works on your own gig. That does not work on poppin' spots. That's why you should do it. Because
I know.
I had two either allies or lesbians or whatever flip out yelling at me, waited for me to end my set so they could yell at me more.